Hi there, you're going to join me on a couple trips to some Goodwills that are in my area. This is my favorite Goodwill. I was with Jimmy this day. We stopped in real quick and I found these little resin figurines that were marked Guam, and I was distracted by those plates right there. I've sold that plate before. It's a series of Chinese goddesses, and then underneath it were these other two plates. I hadn't seen these before. I thought they were very pretty. I like the style of them. I believe they are Thailand, if I am not mistaken. And then I spied this. I thought, is this for magnifying? Is this for reading? And it turns out it is. This is vintage. It does show some wear to the horse. It was made in England for by another company, which still had the sticker on the back, which is pretty exciting. So once I figured out that yes, that indeed is a reader magnifying lens, there's the sticker, I decided to put that in my cart. Thought this was a cute little figurine. It was a musical box. I guess you don't really call them a musical box. They don't open up. And then I asked Jimmy, do we need any tied? No, we don't. And then he saw this. I thought it was neat, but not enough to take home with us. And then here was another kind of shiny foil plaque for a special mom. And then I don't really pay attention to sports things unless he's with me. And he's like, that's really neat because that shows the Oakland Raiders and they're not in Oakland anymore. So I think you should give that a try. So I decided to give that a try. And then the last thing I found, I forgot to film because it was in the case. I did find an Annalee duck after I found this charcuterie tray, and it came with a knife, which I thought was really, really cool. I am trying something different here. I am showing you what I got after each trip while we go to each store. So you're not waiting towards the end of the video to see what did she pick up. So here is everything that I picked up on this trip to Goodwill, and we are going to go to another Goodwill after I show you all the neat things I got here. Alright, this is the same Goodwill but a different day. I'm by myself. They were actively restocking the shelves. They had these pictures in the bins, but they were more contemporary. Somebody came by and did take those. I thought they were neat, but I wasn't feeling them. I left them for somebody else. But in the bin, I did find this elephant. It's a metal elephant. I thought it was really cute. His trunk is up. It's probably more contemporary, if I would guess, but I still thought he was really cute. I was looking on the end cap to see what they had. This looks like it was a squirrel topiary teapot, something or other, decorative piece. And then they had some things in the bags. You always have to look in the bags. You never know what you'll find. Would you like some cheese? Would you like some cheese, Gromit? I always think of Wallace and Gromit whenever I see cheese things.
Gromit, that's it, cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
And then we're going to make our way down the brown section aisle. This Norman Rockwell plaque was nice, but I usually don't buy Norman Rockwell things. There was this figurine of a nurse's uniform, which was kind of confusing. Now, I don't know if it's decorative or for a figurine. I'm not sure. Anyway, in the white section, they had some snack trays with the cups. Some of them had their cups. And then I'm showing you the different flowers they had. It was very pretty. But I decided to leave those there. And then I was looking to see who made all of those bowls. And then I found this mug. I looked at it for a little bit, thought about it, but then I decided against it. It said Lefty on the one side. And on the inside, it said, I am unique. I wasn't finding too much else, so I went to the toy section to look for new in the box things, and I found this Monopoly UPS First Edition, and this does sell pretty well, so I decided to give that a chance, so I put that in the cart. And then on an end cap, I found this little creamer. It's an alligator or crocodile. Haven't quite discovered what it is, but I've never seen one of these before, so I decided to take that with me. They had a little Cupid doll from the 80s. I think it was made by Nesco, and then behind it was this little pig figurine. I believe this was also a Nesco, but I left both of those there. And then my dad always used Tabasco growing up, so those reminded me of my dad. And then I should have gotten this while I was editing. I was like, oh, that was kind of a neat looking chicken plate with the splatters on it. But I did put it back, and it's not there anymore, unfortunately. Or I would have picked it up on the next trip. But that's okay. Maybe I'll find another one some other day. Here were some salt and pepper shakers. These reminded me of Hallmark. They had the look of a Hallmark salt and pepper shaker. And then this pig was cute, but he had a lot of wear marks on him. He was originally sold at Christmas tree shops, and so I left that on the shelf. And then I was looking at this little trinket dish to see if there was anything inside. I didn't feel like there was anything inside when I shook it, so I left that there. This reminded me of Jimmy and me. We had a tandem bike 100 million years ago. We got pretty fast on it. We used to go down. There's a hill around here called Turkey Hill. It's where the Turkey Hill ice cream plant is, and we went down that hill. Our fastest speed was 52 miles an hour, so it was a lot of fun having a tandem bike together. But we traded it in for other bikes, but it was fun while we had it. Behind that cat was a house hippo. Someone had stuck this note on it, house hippo. So I thought, well, someone needs a house hippo, and it's a wooden house hippo. So I decided to take that, and I thought this little kitty cat was cute. Someone had cut out maybe the advertisement, or maybe that you sent away for it. So I thought that was kind of a neat little added history to it. I think this was a newer doll made to look old, like a wooden jointed doll. Reminding me of those dolls that you tap on your knee and they dance. And then I thought this was cute. Look at the sign. But I love you. And then someone had also kept track of when they had gotten that. So I think someone had turned in their cat collection, because there's quite a few cat things. And then we were in the white section. I always leave this aisle for last. It kind of tends to be not very exciting. There was this mug. I thought it was cute, but I just wasn't feeling it. I think it was because the ceramic felt really thin, and so I was afraid it would be easily chipped. So I left that on the shelf. And then this is made by Yankee Candle. I did look it up. It doesn't sell for a lot of money. It was very cute. It's in great shape. And then I would have gotten this, but the beak had broken off. So I left that on the shelf for somebody else. Thought about it, looked at it, made sure, yes, it was broken off. And so back on the shelf that went. There was this kind of grumpy looking bird. He was like kind of annoyed looking. But there was just one. I thought that was kind of sweet. So I put him up on a plate so someone else would see him easier, maybe take him home. Someone had opened this up, and I think they didn't know what it was, but I knew what it was. And if you've seen past videos of mine, you know what this is. This is a Butterbell jar. You put your butter in there, and you put water in the bottom, and then when you put that on top, it keeps your butter fresh and soft. And then the last thing I think almost the last thing I pick up, this is a made in Hawaii Cocoa Joe. So I did get that. Oh, we made a stop at the green. That's right. So remember when I said look in the bags? In this bag were 4 glass birds. And I thought, well, I need to open this up to make sure nobody's chipped. So this one reminds me of a pigeon. I do a terrible job. There we go. Showing you the face. But just the way the head is turned down, it kind of reminds me of a pigeon, or maybe a swallow, or a pretty green bird. And then next, I take out the 2 little birds. These remind me of ducks. There's a green one. Aren't they neat? And they weren't broken. They must have just been put out because their little beaks are still in place. They have more of the shape of a duck. And then the last one, the person had kept track of when they had gotten it. They got this in the late 70s. And I think this is a Westmoreland bird, I think. Then when I was leaving the store, these grabbed my attention because of the vintage look to them. I thought they were awfully cute. There's 2 of them. They're in great shape. I think you would need the hooks to hang them up on in your window. And I figured if nobody likes them, maybe I'll put them in our camper. Give our camper a little vintage feel. All right. So upcoming is everything from this trip to Goodwill. And then we're going to go to another Goodwill. Yes. Yes, indeed. I think I visit 4 Goodwills. on this trip. Well, this video. All right, third time at my favorite Goodwill. As I've said before, I always go past this Goodwill on my way from the post office. And when I'm always going by, I go, you never know, like this. They were restocking, and I reached in because I saw the blue, and then I realized this was a Dragonware Saki set Whistling Bird. And then I found this on the end cap, but it was more contemporary, so I left it on the shelf. I wasn't quite sure what these were until I got them closer, and then I opened up the bag and took one out. They are maps from National Geographic. They're all about the USA in sections. If I was still teaching, I would have probably picked them up for my classroom. I taught lots of grades, but the last grade I taught was 3rd grade, and we do a whole project on the United States. So this would have been handy and a nice teaching tool, so I left it for somebody else. I did find this lacquerware made in India trinket box. It did suffer a little paint loss when I took the tape off, but I kind of fixed it. I don't think it's too obvious. So I put that in my arms. I didn't have a cart. And then I found another cup. I did have to pay separately for that because it was marked separately, but that's okay. There's a secret to the bottoms of those cups. Can you guess what's in the bottom of the cup? You'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll see it at the end. This was very, very, very pretty. And I did Google Lens it at the time. I was in the store to see who made it. I forget who made it now. But it was a really pretty set. If I had maybe an antique booth or a store, I probably would have picked it up for the store or the antique booth just because it was so, so heavy. But it was in extremely good condition. So I left it there even because of the weight. But I did find this really cool perfume bottle. It is probably more contemporary, but the little glass stopper inside is not broken. So that was a really quick trip. So this shows you that it's not like, oh, I go shopping all the time and I find tons and tons and tons of stuff. Here I only found a few things. Look, it's a lithophane in the bottom, a geisha. That was a nice surprise. And now we're at the last Goodwill. And I found this in the cabinet. They have a cabinet in the front of the store. Really pretty glass seahorse. And then they also had these little salt and pepper shakers, and they are marked Pier 1. And I know Pier 1 tends to be very popular, but just the image of the elephant with the little trunk up I thought was super cute. So I decided to get those two, and then I went down. They do have it by colors, but they have it also by things. Like this is kind of a mug aisle. So seeing if there's any cool mugs that grabbed my attention, but I didn't really find anything. This is the Goodwill in Lancaster that kind of I've put back in the rotation. It could be a hit or miss. Sometimes it's really nice, and sometimes it's like, okay, I'll have to come back another time. This orange or peach lusterware, when I was first starting reselling, I used to pick this up all the time. It's not a very big seller for me. They had kind of crammed that lid on top of that creamer. It obviously did not go. It probably went with the teapot. But I left that there. I kind of more like the blue lusterware. They had this planter. It was not marked, but they do price things for you at this Goodwill, so that was nice. This definitely had some age. One tiny little chip on the back, but I thought it was very cute. I wanted to see who made this girl, even though her flower was really, really chipped there on the front. Someone had gotten her for September. Here was a bag of Easter hobbyist pieces. Nothing really stood out to me, so I left those there. And I thought, oh, I've sold this mug before, and I see it quite often. This is the 3rd time I've seen that mug. And then these were just some pottery mugs. I wanted to see if there was a signature. I didn't really see a signature, so I flipped them back over and kept on moving. I like to sell cards, and so these playing cards were pinochle cards, but they were kind of priced pretty high, so I decided to leave those there. And these were just empty jewelry boxes. I thought it was kind of interesting. And then I found a bag of Wade Whimsies. And you will see at the end of the video what kind of whimsies are in there. And there's also 2 stone ducks mixed in with those. So that was pretty exciting finding those. And then I wanted to see if this was a Peggy Kerr or the other brand and that starts with the S. But it was not. And it was super heavy. It was so heavy. I know it was made of glass, but this actually wasn't a plate. You hung it in the window. It had 2 wire things. And the last thing that I saw at this Goodwill were these. These were marked made in China, but I liked the matte design on them. I thought it was kind of neat. I thought that they were going to be Sango China, but they were not. So here is everything that I picked up on this very, very fast trip to the other Goodwill. Coming up in this video, you will see some pictures that Jimmy took of the hummingbirds in our backyard. Well, it's actually 1 hummingbird, but we thought you would like to see what the hummingbirds look like. I think I've perfected my nectar recipe because they've come back in full force, it seems like, lately. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm hoping next Saturday to have the premiere video where we watch the video together and we can chat live. And I think I'm going to do that for next Saturday. So make sure you hit the bell notification so you will get a notification that, in half an hour the video will be ready so you can join us in the chat. And I look forward to seeing you there. I hope you're having a great day. And I'll see ya.